morning.
Hello.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, we're so excited to have you here.
Gee. Background everywhere.
I love it.
Take it.
That's just that's how I envision you. You're so normal.
Oh, thanks. A little weird. I don't know.
Oh, well, there's a couple more people we know are going to be joining, but I have it recording, so we can go ahead and start. But we wanted to ask you, how long have you been in Plexus, Julie?
Well, I started using products back last June.
Okay.
Then I started sharing the products a year ago, the end of March.
Okay. So you started the June before?
Yeah, in 2018.
Okay.
And then I waited until, let me think about this. Now I've been sharing, 2017, that's when I started taking the product in June.
Okay.
In 2018, end of March, I started sharing the products.
Okay.
All like a blur.
Yes.
And yeah, so a year ago, I started sharing, a little over a year ago, I started sharing the product.
Okay. So that's going to get me into our first question. First of all, I just wanted to congratulate you. You were so fun to watch last month.
Oh. It's painful. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Ever.
Well, we were really proud of you. I mean, that is quite an achievement to go from Ruby to senior Ruby in a month. And
it was crazy. I mean, seriously, I really didn't believe it would happen.
Yeah.
Like I said, and corporate, because the month before that I had such a good month with all of those specials going on, and I thought, yeah, right, I got to get 60 more. And then my runner just had a really bad month, had a bunch of things happen in her life, and she shut down.
Oh.
And I was really counting on her to help, get those numbers up. So then I was really thinking, there's no way this is going to happen without her. But the Lord did it. He brought it about. So it's a miracle.
Wow.
Wish I could give you a secret formula for how that happened, but it was just crazy.
That is really awesome. I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody but you for now. Whoops, I muted myself. Let's see. Manage participants. Okay, I'm going to mute everybody. Yep. And then I'm going to unmute Julie. Okay. All right. So now you're unmuted. And okay. So Julie, thank you for being here. So my first question to you is, health-wise, what changes have you noticed since you've been on Plexus?
Well, I started taking the products because I had IBS type issues, constipation forever. And I figured, with a 60-day money-back guarantee, what do you got to lose? Although some people don't think of it that way, and I just don't get it. I want you to try it if you can get your money back. It
right.
To me. I don't get it. But Brenda did send me a 7-day trial because she'd seen me speaking at a conference, and she was pretty smart. Sent me a package with testimonies in it, which I need to start doing that because that was very effective.
Oh.
7-day trial to print it off. Different testimonies from family members that she'd helped and stuff. And I'm like, sounds too good to be true. But then I started taking the Slim to start out, and I was sleeping better because I would get up 4 times a night to go to the bathroom. And so then I was only getting up once a night within a week. And I thought, wow, that's pretty crazy. And I had some muscle aches that she said to write things down, and I got to get better at doing this with my people too. I mean, but to tell them before they start taking the products, write down any little issues that you have, anything. because you may forget that you had it. And that's
Right.
happened a couple of times. I'm like, wait a minute, I had Raynaud's disease. You may have seen my post on that. And this winter, I didn't even think about it till I saw a picture of somebody else's hand. And I was like, what? I don't have that anymore. That's crazy. I never expected that, And then as I researched, it's got autoimmune issues. It's part of an autoimmune thing. So it's like, okay, all right, I guess that makes sense.
Wow.
The main things, just the digestive issues and some joint pain. And for my husband, he started taking it because he noticed that I was feeling better. And after several months, I don't know how long, maybe 4 months, his back started feeling better.
Wow.
And he's had chronic back issues forever, which has been really challenging for us because we travel a lot with ministry, and he'd have a blowout when we're on the road we're out of the country. And one time we were in China and he had a blowout, and they took him to this blind chiropractor.
Oh.
And he about killed Bruce. He yanked his feet really hard, and he came home and he's like, oh, I'm worse than I was. So, oh, it was awful. But since he's been using the Triplex and Ease,
Okay.
he's feeling great. And he's like, this is a miracle, because he's done a lot of other things to try to help it, and they've helped temporarily. But when they started talking about surgery, I was like, let's try this. And that's another one. When people have surgery coming up and they still won't do it.
Right.
You got to lose. You don't want to have surgery. God.
Right. I know. How do you get that through?
Nuts.
Okay, so here's my next question is, what made you decide to start sharing?
Well, my husband and I are in full-time ministry. So because we work with Cru, Campus Crusade for Christ, I was not allowed to have a side business. So I kept having to bite my tongue. Brenda would say, do you have anybody you want to tell me about the products? I'm like, no, because I'm not going to give away my leads. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. We're bad example, ladies. But it's real, right?
Yes.
In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I don't even know how this is possible because of the regulations with the IRS, with Cru. And I had several people speak words over me. Now, this was the crazy thing. People that knew nothing about the plexus, they knew nothing about the pink drink. They would just say, I'm sensing something about pink in your life. I'm like, what? That's
Wow.
weird. And then somebody else would say something, pink and girly. And then another one said, a pink dove. Why would anybody say a pink dove?
Wow.
Try to tell me something here. And the only way that I could do this business is if I changed my status with Cru to associate staff, which basically meant that I lost my income.
Wow.
And so that was a huge, scary step of faith for me, because I live on a limited income as missionaries, but I really felt as all those people kept speaking that stuff over me. It's like, okay, I know a lot of sick people who need this, and I sure would like to make a little extra money. Maybe a place where we don't have to raise funds anymore, and we could actually give money to people and help other ministries. That's kind of the dream. So that's why.
That's incredible. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
So we've been watching you and we noticed that you had a couple of months, several months of just huge growth. And so can you share with us, how do you think that momentum started for you? What were you doing?
Well, I think being consistent about posting things every day is important. Whether you get likes or not. There's sometimes I'll get one like. I don't have a great deal and nobody will go for it. It's like, you just keep posting, keep on posting. And then then I'd post something else that had nothing to do with Plexus, and I'd get a boatload of likes. It's like, okay, you've been looking at my stuff. So I'd write down those names of all the,
Yes.
and I'd say, hey, this is out of the blue, but have you seen my post about Plexus? And most of them will be like, yeah, I've seen it. Can I send you a video? You know, that's
Excellent.
what I'm doing for the past year, nonstop. I'm getting kind of tired. And then I was talking to Brenda before Molly came on my team, and I'm like, I'm so tired. I need help, and I don't have anybody. I don't have any local people, and everybody's out of town. And how can I have sipping seas when nobody lives here? And
Right.
you know, she said she's gonna call in the Calvary. So I got to talk to Kristen Abart. She's like, okay, what's the matter, honey?
Oh, sweet.
Here, and you know, just suck it up and keep going. And dang, okay.
I love that.
I prayed and prayed, Jesus, send me a runner, please. I'm dying here.
And he did.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'd seen Molly. I really didn't know her that well. I'd met her at a Bible study, and we weren't friends, but I saw her on somebody else's post, so I thought I would be friends with her. And I just had this sense that I shouldn't reach out to her about the products. So I didn't. I just talked to her about marriage stuff. And one of the posts that I made just hit home. Like, that's me. I need this. And then she sent me a message. And then after that, she went crazy and signed up a boatload of people. And they're on those double bonus, you know, where you get 10 points instead of 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that was amazing.
that was.
Trying to rebuild that, you know, get back up to the gold pay. But then she had a lot of stuff happen in her life that was really hard and hasn't been able to work on that. And then I was like, God, I need somebody else. And then Mallory showed up, and Mallory she'd been one of my first people I'd signed up a year ago. She stopped using the products after 3 months, and I'm like, I lost her and she's never coming back. And then in December or January, I think it was January, she's like, okay, I want to sign up again. And I'm like, what? And then she just went crazy, and she signed up a bunch of people because she had the chance to see that the products had helped her. She was feeling great, and then she quit using them, thinking, oh, I'm all better now. And 3 months was fine, and then she started feeling bad again. And this friend of hers got her to take this super expensive probiotic that you had to refrigerate, and it didn't help. And she's like, shoot, Triplex cost as much of this, and I felt a whole lot better. So she's back, and she wants to go diamond. So it's like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes. Oh, that is exciting to get somebody that excited.
I know. It's
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out how to be better at duplicating.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's just hard getting people to post stuff. They're just stubborn. It's like, I want to see it work first. It's like, you can see it work and make money.
Right.
Why not get your friends to do this with you? No, I got to try it first. And then they don't have the results they want. And then they go for a month after a month. And then you know how that goes.
Yes. Yes. If we could only get them because once they get that $100 coming in, they're going to stick it out until those results do come.
Yes.
So, but we're working on figuring that out too.
Okay. You guys know who Melody Hoppius is?
I don't.
Oh my gosh, that lady, she's got a system, and I need to know what she's doing, because she signed up the same time I did, and she started sharing the products in June. I started in March. She's a sapphire.
Wow.
She's got her husband up to senior ruby.
Wow.
In like 9 months, but she has a system. I mean, she's got this thing down to a science, and I just need to figure out what she can do. I know she does 7-day trials every single month.
Okay.
And so she's training the new people. She's getting them to get involved in the 7-day trials. And she does that over and over and over. And and she's got a lot of local people too. So she has meetings at her house.
Right.
Just really building community, which is hard when everybody lives a million miles away for me. But
yeah, that is hard. Maybe someday you can get her to do a Zoom with you.
yeah, I was actually on a Zoom with somebody else who had her on, and it was kind of in the beginning, or she became an emerald, and she gave some, but you can follow her and you can see some of the things that she does. She puts together these really cool little trial packs where she'll put in the 7-day samples of the Slim, and then she'll add a couple of the Hunger Control and Joyome, and then she makes them all up for her team, and they buy them from her, so they don't have to buy it, because new people can't afford to do that. I mean, in the beginning, I'm like, geez, I can't afford to send out a bunch of trials to everybody, and so that's something that she does that I think is something I want to start doing now that I have a little more money coming in. I can afford to do that, but
right,
got that momentum going, and
yeah.
Get
Oh. We want that. And I know systems are where it's at. It's like we just,
yes.
And we're working on that, trying to figure out what are these systems so we can do them.
Mm-hmm. Like 1, 2, 3. Here's the first thing you do.
Yep.
Here's the exact video. Here's because it's like, pick a video. Like, I don't know what video to pick, and I don't want to spend all my time looking at that.
Right.
So some of those scripts in the back office are good, but I have to, they're not me.
They're not me either. Right.
Oh, yummy drink. And that's not something I would ever say. Drink.
Exactly. Yeah. It would be nice if they did 3 different scripts for, different styles.
Personalities. Yeah. They could have the color scripts for each personality.
Yes, exactly.
This kind of person.
Exactly. That would be so perfect. Okay, so I had, and you touched on this a little bit. You helped several people on your team rank up also, to gold, to silver. And so how did you help them catch that vision, those people?
I think for Molly, she just had it. She just had she had a way of getting that done. I didn't do anything with her. And then Mallory, she just was excited, so that was easy. Mm-hmm. Then I had some other people that have kind of been dragging their feet, and they've signed up 2 people. I'm like, just sign up 1 more. Sign up your husband, so then you'll be silver. Don't build under him, but at least get the bonus, And they're like, oh, I can do that? And I'll get $100. It's like, yeah, this is for your benefit. This will help you to get a little extra money, get that rank, and then they feel more committed when they're silver than if they're senior ambassador or this type of person. Then it doesn't feel like you're really part of something.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I know Brenda's kind of not usually saying sign up your husband, but I think it's more don't build under your husband. You can sign him up, just don't build under him.
Right. Absolutely. That is true. That is true.
You need a few extra points sometimes. You just order some things out of his account to get those extra 5 points.
Yes, a friend of mine told me that tip the other day. I thought I have not yet signed up my husband, but it's like, I'm keeping that on the back burner for when I need that.
Well, and see, the thing is, I wish I had done more of this when we had all of those incentives going on, because what a better way to get people a good deal, because all the money they'd save, they get another ambassador that could rank them up. They can just order the products they want. They don't have to buy the product for their husband. They can just use their husband as, the portal.
Right.
For getting a cheap welcome pack and get all the stuff you love,
Yes.
Extra things that you can share as samples or whatever. But next time do that. If there's some awesome deal, I'm going to say, sign up your husband and get your products, get some extra stuff through him. And but you got to have your 100 PV so you qualify.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I did some stupid stuff. Oh, things I didn't know. Okay. Do you ladies know this? If, like this gal, she'd gotten a refund in March, but then she signed up some people at the beginning of April, but she did not have 100 PV at that point. But by the end of the month, she had her 100 PV. But if you don't have the 100 PV before you sign people up, you don't get the bonus.
Oh.
Did you know that?
I knew I thought they had to be just qualified that month. I didn't realize, oh, ouch.
Yeah. I mean, if they're qualified at the beginning of the month before they sign somebody up.
Yeah, right.
So, but otherwise, too bad. I
did not know that. I'm going to unmute people. Hold on. Okay. Hold on just a second. Stay for free. Unmute all. Okay. Where did you go, Julie? There you are. I wanted to, okay, now it's just me. I wanted to ask you, see if anybody, oh, hi, Sarah. Wanted to see if anybody else had questions. So that's why I unmuted everybody. Does anybody have a question they'd like to ask Julie? Now's your time. Anna does.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for joining us.
Oh.
Okay, so I know you said you started sharing last March. So I'm curious because you did so well and personally enrolled so many people the last few months. How did you ever feel like there was no way, or like maybe you had depleted your network? Because if I understand correctly, you added 50 people in a matter of a few months.
18, I think, was my big.
18, that's still a lot.
That is a lot. That's nuts.
Did you ever feel like, oh my gosh, I've already signed up everybody? So I guess my question is, are you really working towards expanding your network, or are you still signing up ambassadors that are in, I can't remember what it's called, but like kind of your close circle?
Well, I would say that a lot of these people the last couple of months have been a result of me reaching out for the past year. I think it all just kind of hit at once. People I've been talking to that said, no, I'm not interested, or I'm interested and then not interested. And they would go on with this little cat and mouse game for like 6 months before they actually signed up. And it just seems like everybody decided to join at the same time.
Okay.
So I don't know. It was kind of a crazy, nutty thing, but I just kept reaching out and adding people. It's hard, you just can't keep up with everybody. When you add people, that's one thing that's a frustration for me, is how do I build these relationships when I have these other ones I'm trying to work on at the same time? And I just keep adding people and
Okay.
and try to keep track of it, but I'm terrible at keeping track of things, and they'll try to follow up and stuff. But you just got to keep adding people. I'm very fortunate because I speak at conferences.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times I'll put up my Facebook page and I'll say, come be my friend, and I'll add a bunch of people that way.
Okay.
It's an advantage I have. But when I'm not having those events, it does feel like I'm running out of people. Who else can I talk to? Nobody. God help me. What do I do?
Okay.
But I keep posting, and then sometimes people pop out of nowhere. I mean, it happens a lot. Just folks that I had no clue at all ever looked at anything
Yeah.
I've ever written since I've been on Facebook. And I'm like, how do you know? I didn't even know you were looking at this, and stalkers, you know? So you have people out there like that. You just don't know it.
Right.
It just, you
Right.
got to keep on, just keep at it and
Yeah.
praying, you know, for breakthrough and adding people. I heard an interesting, I was listening to one of those training things the other day. I don't remember who it was, but he was talking about how to start groups. Like she was in like her kids were in baseball league, and she made a group for the baseball league so they could all keep track and who's doing snacks and, you know, what's going on and building relationships that way. So if you have something that you're involved in, then either join the group that's already going or start one. I think that's a really good way to build a network.
Yeah.
People that you have something in common with, people that trust you. I thought that was a really good idea.
That is a good idea.
I like that.
Cece, thanks for joining us. Do you have any questions
Do I have any questions?
for Cece?
Oh, yeah, you guys got tips?
We have just shy of 5 minutes left. How about you, Sarah?
My question was really similar to what Anna had said. And it's funny that you mentioned the stalkers, because sometimes, you know, you'll get a ton of likes on a totally unrelated personal post, and then, you know, you'll do your Plexus post and it's a fraction of, you know, views or likes. But then I'll have people who have never commented or even liked something who will message out of the blue and with a question, you know, maybe not sign up. And I like how you said too, how you feel like it kind of all hit, because I know we've talked in past meetings about, so I'm really good at keeping track of things. That's a strong suit for me. So I have my lists and all, you know, how many times I've reached out, and I feel like the stalker, constantly following up and, you know, hey, you know, asking if I can send more information. So that kind of gives me some hope when you feel like you have depleted your network, if you will, like Anna was saying, that people will resurface, even if it's months later, despite you feeling like you're kind of pestering them. That's kind of the point where I'm at, where I feel annoying almost, you know?
Right. Well, when I feel that way, when I've written them about the 5th message, I'll say, I don't want to keep bothering you. Are you still interested? Let me know so I won't keep sending you messages. And
Okay.
that seems to be really working. And I've gotten a lot of people say, no, you're not bothering me. Keep telling me. Yes, tell me when there's another special. I've had very few say, yeah, I'm not interested. I don't even know of any. Either they just didn't respond. No, you're not bothering me. Please keep bringing it up. So that's what I'd recommend. Just say, hey, I don't want, you know, are you still interested? I don't want to bother you. Let
Okay.
me know so I won't keep sending you messages. And then put them on the not now list, and then contact them again in about a few more. About something else, you know.
Right.
That's a great idea. Now, I know that 2 people are on the phone, and I don't know who you are. So if you have a question, you can ask it. We have just 2 minutes left. And they might not be there anymore, or they might have it muted.
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I muted myself because I have kids and I'm cooking dinner. My name is Daniela. I'm in Montana, and I just completed my 30 days of Plexus, and I did a post every day on Facebook. And I've noticed that, you know, the same thing. I post personal things and people love them. But when I post Plexus things, I get like a quarter of people who love them. But I hear that everybody is watching me. And there's quite a few people who are watching who have, you know, their doubts and have their own insecurities. And so I'm just patiently going to keep posting and keep, just doing my thing and letting people know that I'm available to answer any questions if anybody has any questions. But mainly my question is I would like to know what detox is like for people when they take the BioCleanse, how, you know, how people that are in with plexus have experienced their results with the BioCleanse.
Okay.
Because my results are pretty harsh, but I'm not sure if that's also what this call is about. I just jumped on just to kind of listen to get that motivation.
Okay, so Daniela, the time is like going to run out here in a few seconds. Do you know, are you friends with somebody on this call that you can send a message to?
I don't know if Jessie is on here. Jessie is the one who I got connected with or sent me.
Okay. So I'm good friends with Jessie. I'm going to have her reach out to you, okay?
Yeah, and I did reach out to her, and she tagged me in one of these posts that was just recently put on, and so
yeah, so we'll get you the information that you need. But Julie,
great. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Julie, thank you so much for taking your time tonight. I can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. You guys go